All right, guys, we are live. It looks like we're good. We're up and running. 23 weeks in a row, I think. Yeah. We are almost to 6 months. We're almost half the year in at this point, guys. How is it going? How are all you guys out there doing? Thanks for tuning in. I see a bunch of the same names on here again. We have some really interesting topics to cover tonight. As you can see, we're rocking the new layout again, and this will change from time to time, but it will be ultimately something like this. William Richardson, I just got your email, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'll email you after the fact here. But, yeah, we're looking good. So, guys, what's new? Let's talk a little bit before we get into the news here, because, as you know, the live videos here are more of a gathering of the minds for car guys more so than anything. So how's everybody doing? Yeah. How about you, Steve? You going to stay awake tonight?
I'm going to, if I do, I'll mute.
Yeah, you'll just see him randomly mute it and they'll be like,
you know.
All right.
What's up, General Lee?
General Lee's on. My wife is on while she's driving home from work. That's super safe.
Mm-hmm.
Super safe.
Text and drive.
Yep.
When she needs that magic box, that way she can actually watch.
Right. Yeah. How about that? We're mentioning it already, and we don't even have one.
Exactly.
Ever Jeff, Carrie Glock, Great White North, Elijah, William Richardson. Like, I literally, the entire chat is full of people's names I actually know. Like, this whole thing is so great. We're literally getting to know each other, and on a personal basis. This is fantastic.
It's awesome.
So, guys, we have the guests, Tweety Bird. What's the good news tonight? There's a little bit of good news. LT4 said he is reporting Amber to the local authorities. Actually, she's probably relatively close to your jurisdiction there, so maybe go out and look for her. Steve Robertson's in the house. What's going on, man?
What's up?
Vette Sweet Nos. I'm curious, does your Vette have NOS on it? The regulars, yeah. I like that. I like having regulars for this kind of stuff, guys. So, yeah, we have a good bit of stuff to talk about tonight, guys. A lot of it is Z06 related, but believe it or not, right now, there is a C8 Z06 less than 30 minutes from my house. I wish I could tell you it's mine, but it's not. About 30 minutes away, there is a C8 Z06 sitting at a track, and supposedly some good news is going to come from this particular track interaction. It was sitting there with a McLaren 720S. It seems like maybe Chevy was benchmarking these things, but there's a rumor flying around that Chevy's going to reveal something at this particular track, which is called Pitt Race. It's about half an hour from where I live. So pretty good news as far as that's concerned. This car sitting at a track kind of tells me that obviously GM wants this thing to do something good at the track. Even though we don't have Nürburgring numbers yet, it does seem like at least they're trying something. But I was going to head down there today and actually film something for you guys, but I heard the car wasn't there most of the day. So I don't know what they're doing with it just yet. It was there all day on Saturday, this past Saturday. And then Sunday, I guess it was gone. And then today it wasn't there either, but it rained a lot of the day today. So I think that's why. The Z06 is, it's definitely, it is a lot heavier than I was hoping it was going to be. I was hoping for 3,500 pounds max, but it's about 3750 if you get the convertible. It's up there. Cole says he read Regulators. Busting out the old school hip hop. C8 Z06 is going to beat the 720S. I hope so, man. I do think, oddly enough, I do think it's weird that GM had a McLaren 720S sitting there with the Z06, because if the Z06 is even in the same league as the 720, we're going to have one heck of a car. Steven Rapp's in the house. Yep, him and I chatted on the phone today for a good bit of, I don't know, about an hour or so. A little over an hour. Okay, so let me flip over to some information here real quick, guys. We're going to start off light. We're going to start off with some of the prettier things in the world, and that is the Carbon Flash 70th Anniversary Edition, and it has a fantastic picture taken by a member of the Mid-Engine Corvette forum here. So if you guys are seeing the picture here on the screen, look at the metallic flake in this paint. Tell me that that is not fantastic.
Wow. Yeah. Whew.
Yeah, Elijah says that 3,700 pounds because of the luxury materials and technology. Aventador SVJ is 3,700 pounds, and it's the fastest on the Nürburgring. Yeah, yep. I definitely agree. I see the comparison there, but I don't know. I'm still worried about the weight because I don't know that the Corvette Z06 is necessarily to Aventador level yet.
Yeah.
But if it is, sure, that's a fine comparison to make. But I'm reserving my judgment. But yeah, guys, check out the pictures here. Like I said, were taken by a forum member, and the thing looks fantastic. I don't think this is a press car either. I think this is actually someone's personal car that they took a picture of. But the paint, it looks absolutely fantastic under the sun. I love that metal flake.
You need that, Justin.
I know, I really do. And I really wish you could get that color outside of the 70th anniversary edition.
Yeah.
But we actually have something more to talk about on the 70th anniversary edition. Me and Jason talked about it earlier. That actually makes me a little bit happier about the 70th anniversary edition, even though it might make some of you guys upset. Well, the guest says he would have PPF on that color because otherwise the swirl marks would drive him insane. Believe it or not, the carbon flash with the heavy metallic flake actually hides swirl marks more than just a regular black paint does. Wow, Luke Walsh says something I have never heard something like that. The 720S was described by UK bloggers as so fast it almost takes away from the driving experience.
Is that because I passed out?
I was going to say they hit the gas and it pushed them into the seats so much they couldn't.
They passed out from waiting to get on the allocation list.
Bruno says he's late, but we are here. Hello, Vette brothers and sisters. Now's your time, Steve.
No. I'm awake tonight.
You didn't miss it yet. We haven't talked about any track times. I don't think there are any numbers yet, but the C8 Z06 is currently at a track, and it's at a track right here by my house. So about half an hour from my house, there is a C8 Z06 Z07 package, Amplify Orange, sitting at a track that GM is doing something with. There's some rumors, and we're going to touch on it in a second, some rumors that GM apparently plans to announce something at this track. So we'll see what that is soon. But Cole McMean says better late than pregnant. That's especially true if it's a guy. But yeah. Scott Blackwell says, would you trade your ZR1 for a C8 Z06? No, I wouldn't.
Amber would kill you.
Amber would kill me. That's probably the only reason I wouldn't. Yeah. Wheeler O'Hara says, I don't think the Z06 would be in step with an Aventador, but definitely a Huracan. Yep, I agree. As per the analysis I did with published, yeah, that's right. I forgot that was you that did the dyno thing. I do think it would be right in line with a Huracan as well. The Aventador is a hard car to touch. So is the 720S. So I don't know what they're doing with that car. It can't possibly be, unless it's just a 0 to 60 thing, because the 0 to 60 on the 720, I believe, is a hair slower than it would be on the Z06. But otherwise, the 720 is faster in every other way. Amber does like the Z06. She just really likes the ZR1 as well. So it's
two different. Said you guys would be divorced.
Yeah, it's both or the ZR1 for me, if I can't have both. What do you think will be available to the average buyer first, the Z06 or the E-Ray? Man, I'll tell you what. The last rumor I heard about the E-Ray is that it was going to be announced on Earth Day, which is like towards the end of April, I guess. And it was going to be available later in 2023. So if that's true, it's actually kind of up in the air as to which one you'd have your hands on first, which is pretty messed up.
Well, now. Geez.
Yeah.
I know which one I'll be getting first.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Jason's on the list for the E-Ray, so he's gonna at some point. Jason's jumping onto the hybrid bandwagon, and he's gonna make fun of all of us guys that just like gasoline powered cars.
That will never happen.
I know, right?
You'll never see electric vehicle in his garage full electric. You won't.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into the next thing, which if you guys are just tuning in, this is a real nice up-close shot of the carbon flash on the 70th anniversary edition C8 Corvette. It looks fantastic in the sun, super metallic-y, and that's pretty cool. But the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be finally an option for the Stingray. So the C8 Corvette Stingray gets an option now through Lingenfelter for a supercharger.
Okay,
So
we were talking about this earlier. If we just ordered ours and we got screwed over by GM, we would not be happy.
Mm-hmm. But this will be aftermarket, right? I mean,
yeah, this is aftermarket.
But
let's do it.
Yeah, so this is something you would do after the fact, but it is still interesting because it means that GM does have, to some degree, they have the ability to allow third-party companies to unlock that ECU. Because if they're putting the supercharger like that on there, and typically Lingenfelter does honor some sort of warranty as well, so I would assume they have got to unlock that ECU.
Is that saying 700 horsepower?
Yes, it is. So, guys, that's another thing. Suddenly, the Z06 is looking less attractive when you look at stuff like this. Now, it really depends on what you want the car for, because in my personal opinion, the power's not everything with the Z06. You got a lot of track setup as far as suspension and tires and the brake system and all that stuff. But if you're looking at just power alone, yes, this particular setup will get you 700 horsepower and 675 torque without compromising the factory systems, being drivability and all that stuff. And it has very little impact to the fuel economy, which means on the C8, if you guys have driven them before, you know the C8s can get pretty good gas mileage, and you'll still maintain that with a supercharger and creating 700 horsepower.
One heck of a sleeper.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess I need to give Kristen a call, Kristen and Ken, because might be something to do in the future.
Yep.
Where are they out of exactly?
Where the heck are they at?
They're not in Texas, are they?
No. Man, I don't know why I'm feeling like it's North Carolina, but I'm probably wrong. Let's see. We talked. Oh no, you weren't there. Never mind. I was gonna say, we talked to him, remember at Corvette to Carlisle? That was me and Shane.
All right.
I forgot.
All right, so guys, this is pretty cool. Like I said, this has a lot of implications here that the C8 in general could potentially be right up there with the Z06 for a relatively decent cost. Usually a system like this is somewhere between 8 and 12 grand. If you factor that in, even on top of the purchase price of your C8 base model, you're still well below what the Z06 is, especially with all the freaking dealer markups out there. So definitely something to look at if you are thinking about a C8 or even the Z06. You might want to consider doing something like this, because this is going to get you some serious power.
And they're Brighton, Michigan.
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So what do you guys think about that, though? Would the idea of the supercharger on the C8, would that change any of your minds as far as whether or not to get a Z06? Okay, so Omid says, rumors say 25,000 installed. I didn't see anything on there saying anything about the price that I could tell. Let me see. The pricing, warranty, performance numbers, and other details will be announced October 1st. So rumors might be out there, but nothing official yet. I would have to assume it's going to be a little more expensive than your typical supercharger setup, which is, like I said, between like 8 and 12. I feel like this would be more expensive just because it might be a little bit harder. They may have had to pay some money to throw at GM to unlock that ECU.
Yeah.
Elijah, go ahead.
I'm with General Lee. He said, nope. I'm sure he means, will that change his, interest in the Z? Yeah, me neither.
I don't think so either. It's a great step in the right direction. But like I said, even with the ZR1 and the Z06 I had before it for the C7, it was never about the power. Like I got a ZR1 or traded in my Z06 for the ZR1. It had nothing to do with the extra 100 horsepower I was getting. It was the more aggressive aero, and in that case, a little bit more exclusivity, I guess. But for the most part, with the Z06 over the C8, what you're gaining is not just more power. It's a lot more track focus. So things like your suspension, the aero, the way the whole car is set up is going to do better on the track than it does, on the street. But some people, it is all about the power, and that's totally fine. I mean, you would think with the name of this channel that I would be too, but there is more to it than just throwing massive horsepower at a car. It's got to be set up right. Yeah. Steve Robertson says, do they upgrade the transmission to handle that power? No, from what I can see there, no, they don't. And from what I can tell, GM doesn't actually have much that they can do to upgrade that power, because even on the Z06, very minute changes were made to handle the extra power. So maybe you don't even have to. There might be a limit of where you don't even have to throw any more build at it to handle it. Yeah, it's a nice option, but I would prefer to wait for the Z06. Been waiting almost 10 months on the Camaro ZL1 1LE build. Nice. No information. Starting to wonder if GM will build more. So USA Pure Power. I actually got it on relatively good authority that they weren't building many. I want to say the ZL1 1LEs, there was 13 or something more to be built for the 2023 model year. Larry Anthony's on, guys. What's up, Larry? How you doing? Yeah. Reminds me of the C7 crowd that thinks you slap a supercharger on a Stingray and it's a Z06. Like that's the only difference. And yeah, that is the case. There is a lot to it. There's a lot more than just power. Power is never all. And that's one of the biggest things I love about GM whenever they come out with better or different variants of the same car, is that there's always more changes than just one thing. So even with the ZR1 over the Z06, it wasn't just a bigger supercharger. There was engine modifications. There was differences in aero. There was differences in how wide the front end was to accompany more radiators. And I mean, just like a bunch of different things. What is worrisome is if the Z06 with the nightmare on pricing that it is around 160K. What in the world will the ZR1 and Zora be? Yeah, exactly. And that's the big thing is, I think 200. The Zora especially, assuming we don't get a ZR1, which is what I kind of that's what I kind of think is going to happen. The Zora itself, it's going to start at least 200,000 and go up from there.
I'm hoping they don't even go full electric until C9. Just leave it alone.
I hope so too. And
I hope they just make the ZR1 a beast like the last. Oh man, I can imagine just total beast.
I kind of think that's what we're going to be getting though for the Z06. I think the Z06 is kind of the swan song for the strictly internal combustion engine, and maybe that's why they want to spend a little extra time with it and get it absolutely perfect, because it is the last of the totally internal combustion engine cars, or Corvettes at least. Yeah. So the next question here from Kerry Glock says, Zora, how many units basically will be built? If I had to guess, if that car does in fact start at $200,000, you're probably looking at a relatively limited production number on that car. It's going to be something that's probably going to be like 5,000 or less, if I had to guess. Again, totally dependent on the price, though.
Literally, if it's electric, I don't care. They can make one, they can make 1 million. I don't care.
Yeah.
Literally don't care.
All right. So our first super chat of the day comes from Amber, and she says,
Your wife's pimping you out.
That she thinks that Onyx needs to be seen on the live. So, all right, I guess I could do that. Hey, hey, Onyx. He's sleeping. He's on the floor sleeping.
Ooh,
you can actually
look at that cool little graphic right there.
Right there. Yeah, right. It's almost like the super chats are going back into the channel.
Yeah.
All right, so We will do that, Amber. I will show Onyx on the live video here in a minute. But for now, let's get back into the news a little bit. I don't want to lose everybody's interest too much. Great White North says, how many 2023s do you think they will build? 2023 Z06s, I think you mean? GT500 would absolutely steamroll Dark Horse. LS swap it. All right, so Lingenfelter supercharger for the Stingray. If you guys haven't seen that yet, that is going to be an option once you get your C8. It's not an option from GM, but it is an option for you after you get your C8. So after that, though, guys, we have a lot of news actually to cover here today, and the next one's going to be the constraints for September. There are a couple here. We have all-weather trunk floor mats. I think we covered this actually last week, but I wanted to reiterate this because it kind of goes into the next bit that we're going to talk about. The high wing spoiler and carbon flash, the red engine cover without the 70th anniversary package, and the edge red brake calipers. So this is the important one right there, the edge red brake calipers. That is going to be something that is still on constraint and is so much on constraint that GM is now going to use bright red calipers on the 70th anniversary edition instead of the edge red because they can't get it anymore. So this, to me, I actually liked this idea because I prefer the bright red over the edge red, especially if you were going to get the carbon flash 70th anniversary edition. But
Absolutely.
this is one of those things that's really odd to me. Like how is a color on constraint? I just feel like, especially since it's not even the color of the entire car, it's just the calipers. Why is that even a thing? I mean, I know, obviously, I don't work on the assembly line. I don't work for GM. So I'm sure there's a million reasons why this happens that I don't understand. But it's still just really weird to me.
Yeah, that's something you would not expect, in my opinion.
Yeah, and actually, Kerry Glock says something. I want to address this. Kerry Glock says, I got an email advertisement for liners the other day. I did too. And I remember when I saw that, I was like, why are they advertising these things when they're freaking on constraint? You can't even get them. Oh, okay. Great White North Corvette said he heard that the paint factory had a fire. All right. So suddenly it makes a little more sense now.
Man, another factory with a fire? Golly, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like conspiracy theory. Like that.
All right, guys.
Not going political.
We got our first Venmo of the day here comes from Steve Robertson. He says, for no particular reason.
Because Steve is awesome.
I was going to say, just put that next time, Steve. Say, because I'm awesome, I'm going to donate to the channel.
Exactly.
We got another one here too from.
Wow.
My phone. Okay, so the other one is from somebody. I love these things. I really do. Grandpa Barney. He says he will wait for his Z06. So apparently my phone is not making noise like I told it to whenever I get a Venmo, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. But Grandpa Barney says he's waiting for his Z06, like most of you guys out there said. The supercharger for the C8 option does not impress most of you, it seems. I'm honestly, I was kind of impressed by it, but I guess that doesn't matter because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm impressed with it, sure, but the Z06 is still where I would be anyway. But
so this
anyway,
is
guys,
from Brian. He said because of the fact that GM is required to get their paint from that company, they can't just go, get the color from somebody else. It has to be the same plant, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know about the fire thing, or else it makes more sense if that plant had a fire and they can't produce that color anymore, but GM has to use that particular company for it. That makes sense. I didn't know about the fire thing though. Yeah.
Hope they go on constraint with my car. I can't stand they paint the lower part of the engine edge red. Just paint it black or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or bright red.
That'd be better.
Yeah. Or make it an option. I thought that same thing. It was weird because, I mean, the only way it would actually look right is if you had, like in my case, I'd buy a black car with edge red calipers The valve covers are already painted edge red, and then I put an edge red engine cover on it too. Then it would look okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not really a big fan of edge red.
Yeah, created green. Thank you. Agreed. 100%.
Wallsvik Wealth Management says, HPO, you were impressed by it, but were you obsessed by it? No, I wasn't. Yeah. That was a great question.
What is our
Dr. Corvette? He's in the house, guys. What's up?
Just got interesting.
Yeah. Dr. Corvette's in.
Smash that thumbs up.
Yeah, guys, please
get going.
Hit the thumbs up button. Let us know you're liking the content. I'm watching for the super chats and the Venmos today. Actually, as I speak, there's a super chat. So, guys, we got a super chat from Dark Knight. If it is political, watch the E-Ray have no constraint. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Actually pretty good.
I will tell you what. Yeah, if that's the case, holy cow. You're going to have a lot of angry people out there.
Yep. That's a good one.
That is good. I like that.
Yep.
Wheeler O'Hara says, drives me nuts. You can't have bright red on the engine cover to match the bright red calipers. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can. You can't do it from factory, but the big thing Steve and I were talking about is that the valve covers are painted edge red no matter what.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what color your car is or what color engine cover you get, they're edge red.
Yeah.
Grandpa Barney says, good plants burning, and now our paint for our Vettes, tinfoil hat time.
I'm going to get a tinfoil hat just for this.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we talk about here that is almost conspiracy theory kind of stuff. And like, I try to make it clear every time that a lot of this stuff is just speculation, or sometimes we'll even acknowledge the fact that it's kind of conspiracy theory-esque, but it's fun. We're here to have fun. We're not necessarily here to speak ridiculous facts all the time. I do bring the news as well, but we like to sprinkle some fun in on it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to go with the black Cowboys with the black accent cover. I feel like that was likely a autocorrect.
Calipers, black calipers with the black engine.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Jason's like, I've seen that autocorrect before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so let's jump back to the browser, guys. We're going to do a little bit more news. The next thing is kind of a big one, and it is something that came up from the Corvette blogger, and Ford has somehow managed to get their hands on a C8 Corvette Z06. So the title here is Ford benchmarking the C8 Corvette Z06, or is something else going on here? Now, you guys may have the same question I did, and that is, you can't even buy a C8 Corvette Z06 yet. How the heck does Ford have this unless GM literally delivered it to them? That's got to be one of their mule cars or captured test fleet cars. Why does Ford have this?
Tadge was looking for a new job.
Hey.
I don't know what it is, but this is one of the weirder things I've seen recently, because it makes no sense that Ford would have a car like that. Now, I've seen Ford do this in the past they did it with the C8, the base C8, but that made sense because they could just go out and buy one. But you can't buy a C8 Z06 yet. So the only way they have this car is if GM gave it to them or let them use it for the day or whatever. But why would they do that?
Dang, I like that wing. Oh, that's
that is a nice looking car. And the more I see this thing, the more I freaking want it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm curious if there's something I'm missing here, because I want to know why Chevy would have openly given Ford a Z06, especially since it's not even out yet. It almost seems like it seems odd that you wouldn't want Ford to be able to get your car and copy it before you even are able to sell it. Yeah, so Wheeler O'Hara, that is literally the only possible explanation I had for this, and it doesn't seem quite right. He says, rumor on the mid-engine Corvette forum is that there was a car swap and that they were both looking at each other's, but it just seems a little weird and a little hard to believe. Like, what car of Chevy's would they want, or of Ford's would Chevy want to be looking at other than the Ford GT? Other than that, what car would Chevy have any interest in benchmarking with? Yeah, and that's another thing is Ford will never have a C8 competitor. So why do they even want to look at the C8 Z06? Or back in the day, they were looking at just the base C8. And there's Shane, guys. Shane's in the house. Did he just come in, or am I just now seeing it?
No,
I just saw him.
Okay. There was rumors, Elijah, that Ford was looking to make a mid-engine Mustang, but I don't think that that's even what's going on here. Because even if that was the case, they were looking at the C8 back in the day, and that would be more likely what it would be benchmarked against, not the C8 Z06. Doug Hook says Amelia is a spy, ? Could be. Just got here. It's awesome, Shane. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. It's not quite the same without you here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, LT4 Powered says the old "you show me yours and I'll show you mine," eh? It doesn't make it, whenever you word it like that, though, it makes less sense. Like, why would they do that? Oh, okay, I'll look at your car and steal some technology from it while you look at mine and steal some technology from it. Like, what the heck? So anyway, moving on to the next one, guys. We have from the midenginecorvetteforum.com 1 or 2 new Z06 options coming for 2023. And we've already talked about the one last week, which was the build your own engine experience returning in Q2 of 2023. So if you're not one of the lucky guys that gets his Z06 this year, you may have an option for something pretty cool towards the, or in the beginning of next year. And that is the ability to build your own engine. That is a really cool feature from what I've heard and the people I've talked to. This is something that everybody should experience. But what goes along with that is some of the speculation over at the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum says that we might be getting a new color for the calipers, and it might be that blue that we had on the ZR1. So real close to Elkhart Lake blue. And if you want to see an example of it, it was available on the ZR1 in 2019, and they're speculating that that might be what we're getting since the Edge Red calipers are now discontinued for the rest of this year at least. What ends up happening in 2023, I'm not sure, and I don't think that Mid-Engine Corvette Forum knows for sure yet either. This is some of that speculation we were talking about earlier, but it could be a blue caliper option we get because that's one of the only colors we don't really have covered right now on the Z06. And then with the news, the last thing here is the Z06/Z07 is over at Pitt Race, which, like I said, this is about half an hour from my house. And you can see here the Amplify Orange right behind it is a black 720S. And I've actually seen this black 720S before down in the Pittsburgh area, I think. It looks very similar to one that I've seen down there before. And it's odd to me, though, that these two cars would have anything to do with each other. But if we scroll down a little bit, you can see right here. Some of you have been waiting for the media embargo liftoff and the magazines to do their thing. So a little birdie told me the other day that the C8 Z06 media launch is happening here in Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh International Racetrack in 2 weeks. So sounds like in about 2 weeks, we might be getting some information about hopefully some racetrack oriented things with the Z06. So maybe specifically the Nürburgring time. Yeah. What do you guys think? Now, like I said, I wanted to go down to Pitt Race today, but it was raining almost all day, and I heard that the car wasn't even there today for some reason. Yeah, so guys, Steve says to please donate to the channel because baby needs a new pair of New Balance shoes. If you don't know, his C8 might be coming in soon, and if that's the case, he needs those New Balances now. Like, you can't wait.
Somebody else in this little chat room has what status are you now, Jason?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, 4,000.
4,000, baby.
Yeah.
So
it's
guys,
made and delayed. It's waiting to be delivered.
I'm still iffy on that one. I have a feeling you're going to get that car earlier than you think. But guys, Jason is at 4,000 status. Mm-hmm. He is going to be he's going to be a part of the C8 Corvette member club here real soon.
Yeah.
And actually, if you look at the camera, right, well, just a
It
second ago,
disappeared.
there was
behind
two
you.
Jasons on the screen.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, so let's check out the comments here, guys. What are you thinking about GM releasing something, acknowledging something in 2 weeks, which would be pretty much the end of September, beginning of October? They're announcing something that requires them to be at a racetrack for, and they're supposedly going to do it here at Pitt Race, which is, like I said, about half an hour from my house. So if that happens, I will be there because that's not that far from my house.
Cool.
Yeah,
I wonder if
Amber says you need jean shorts too, Steve.
Yeah.
But what were you going to say, Jason?
I wonder if it's the same Amplify Orange that we saw at Carlisle.
No. So this one is a convertible.
Oh.
So if I scroll up here, you can. The pictures are really, really low resolution, but actually no, that one's not a. Or yeah, it is. That's a convertible. So one of these pictures clearly showed me it was a convertible. You can tell by the side profile there that it's got the real little quarter window. So
yeah, and then Arashi said that they want $50K over for the E-Ray at a dealership.
Yeah, so that's funny. So he says he says they want $50K over for the E-Ray, and I was like, dog, we haven't even seen one in normal color yet.
Yeah,
they don't care. They don't care. They know a lot of people are going to funnel over from the Z06, the ones that can't get a Z06, and they're going to want the E-Ray. So those same markups are coming, guys. Get ready for them. They're going to be there on the E-Ray too. Maybe a hair lower, but they're going to be there. I'm guessing the C8 Z06 will be faster than 720S. I doubt it. Maybe quicker to 60, but definitely not faster.
You know, they lie about the horsepower and a lot of the stuff on the 720 because of the price compared to the P1. Yep. They couldn't be selling the freaking 720 for what they're selling it when you're paying, over $1 million for the P1 with just slightly more, power. So, but I was going to say the dealership that I'm dealing with, here in the DFW area, Huffines is not selling it over MSRP, the E-Ray. And most likely if they had the Z06, if they're even going to get any, they're not doing the Z06 over either.
Huh.
They say one thing and obviously can do another, but when I was talking to the salesman, he was like, dude, they are hardcore about not selling over MSRP.
Okay, well, that's good to know, guys. So if you're looking for an E-Ray or a Z06, maybe check out that dealership. They probably don't have a whole lot of allocations. The dealerships that are gung-ho about not charging over MSRP are also the dealerships that don't get a lot of allocations, it seems.
Exactly.
But Steven, I'm going to put this up on the screen because Steven Risha has a question here. And Steve and Jason can answer this. It is, I have a C8 on order. How do I check my status?
Steve checks his daily.
Yeah. Well, I call that my dealership. I deal with them every day, so I don't have to do very much. I get a text message almost every day.
Yeah, but you can call the Corvette concierge. You can Google their number, and you can call them. You just need your order number, and they can look it up and tell you.
Yep, so that's what I did too, guys. Whenever I was waiting for my C8 back in the day, I called the Corvette concierge a couple times. They have pretty up-to-date information. Between that and your dealership will get updated at least once a week. That's usually the way to go. Wellsvik Wealth Management says, Jason, what's your C8 build going to be? Do we want to tell them or do we want to keep them waiting?
I think I've already told everybody as it is. So it's not like it's a secret.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the convertible. I'm doing Accelerate Yellow once again. I'm getting the Stingray R package, but I'm going to peel off the Stingray R sticker. I just wanted the Jake Skull because my C7 Z06 has the Jake Skull stinger. So basically I'm doing that in black painted mirrors because my Corvette right now has the black painted mirrors. And so I'm trying to have two cars that are, as similar as possible, compared to what I had before or what I have. I'm still going to keep the Z06. So, and I even went with the manual transmission. Okay. No, I didn't, but
I was going to say, if you did, I'm getting that car because that's the only one that exists.
Exactly. It's a one of one.
All right, so Future Sean says, this is our best track-focused variant Corvette yet. ... No track times 2 years after reveal. It's unfortunate, but it is very true. GM small blocks rule. I agree. Give us the Grand Sport with a C8 drivetrain, Paul says. There has been a little bit of rumor about the Grand Sport possibly being a thing in the 8th generation, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I'm surprised that anybody does think that that's going to happen. I feel like the E-Ray being a replacement for the Grand Sport is pretty clear at this point, but
yeah.
I guess weirder things have happened. I mean, we are over a year into the announcement of a Z06 and still can't get one. So I guess, yeah. Doug Hook says the same thing. Call Corvette Concierge. That's where you're going to get most of your information from. Let's see what else we got here. You used to be able to do it on the Chevy chat back in the day. Yeah. That's actually where I got the information for my TRX when it was coming in. They had something like the Concierge too. The problem is that they really didn't know much. So like I'd go on there and they'd be like, oh, your car or your truck's shipping between March 25th and April 10th. And I'm like, what? 15? You're going to give me that long of a window for this? Like, give me like 2 or 3 days. But it ended up coming in like 5 days earlier than they said it would. And they still didn't know that I had received it by the time I did either. So I think the Corvette Concierge is better than that was, though.
Or just bug your salesman. But make sure you get his number.
Yeah.
The salesman will have a lot of information for you too. Whenever I was doing mine, my salesman was Johnny on the spot with me, but him and I had a relationship, so I knew his personal cell phone number. We were texting back and forth about that stuff all the time. So,
and actually, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, my salesman actually has some cool, things going to happen with his C8 Corvette, and I'm most likely going to be filming it. That's
right. So, guys, where Jason got his Corvette from is Boardwalk Chevrolet in California, and that is his salesman is Al, and he's on here a lot. I don't think he's on here tonight, though.
Father, no.
Yeah, I would have put his name up on the screen here if he was, but yeah, he's doing some cool stuff with his car, and Jason's going to be documenting some of it, so stay tuned for that stuff, guys. When do you think the prices for used Corvettes will come down, C6 and C7? Personally, I don't think those numbers are going to drop before the C8 does. So I think the C8 right now is dictating the prices of the C6 and C7, because a lot of people are saying, oh, I can't just go get a C8 right now. Okay, I'm just going to get a C7 instead. And then that's driving the price up. And then those guys are saying, whoa, the prices of the C7 are crazy. I'm going to get a C6 instead. And then that's driving the price for the C6 up. So it's like a violent circle, basically. But
I will say it did seem like the prices have come down fractionally. But I think it's probably the time of year it is, as opposed to, they're not. But I mean, Corvette World, I have a video coming out. You guys saw it last week, man. They have a massive amount of inventory right now.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm seeing, and this is good for again, kind of the collective whole for the Corvette guys, is I'm seeing a massive amount, and I always have saw a pretty good amount, but it seems like the amounts are getting bigger of people who are just super against the idea of paying over MSRP. Mm-hmm. And the more of those people that exist, the less likely it is that over MSRP is going to exist for much longer. Because if you push against it and you refuse to pay that, they can't keep charging it. Eventually it will go down. It has to. Now, I do also think that the C8 in general is going to hold its value really well. So you're not going to ever find a C8. I mean, for at least a while, you're not going to see a C8 under MSRP, but you are going to eventually start seeing them at MSRP.
Yeah. Shane made a good point. 182 watching, 81 likes. Get them up.
Shane always dropping the knowledge, guys. He's telling on you. We got 180 watching. We need some more of those thumbs ups, guys. These are free, and they really help the channel. Every time you click one, I promise you'll make us happy. Dad's Garage said that he's seeing a lot of C8s in the low 80s now. And I saw one the other day and I thought, whoa, that's an awesome price. This was another thing. I want to talk to you guys about this. I got to mention this. I think I talked to Jason about this the other day. I'm scrolling through Facebook and I saw a brand new black 2023 C8 with the forged wheels, red calipers, black interior with red stitch, literally the exact spec I would choose. That spec is about $92,000 MSRP. I found it on Facebook and it was a dealer that's right down in Florida. I can't remember the name now. It was literally right by my shop down in Florida. So I thought I'll fly down there, buy this car and drive it home because they had it listed at $5K over. So the car was like a $91,000 MSRP with $5,000 added on top of it. And I was like, holy crap, I'm buying this. Like 5K over. I hate the idea of over MSRP, but that wasn't terrible. So I'm going to buy it. I called him the next day, fully expecting the salesman to say, oh no, that's sold. And he said, no, it's still here. And I said, okay, what's the price on it? And he's like, let me check. And he comes back. He's like, oh, it's 105. I'm like, why? And he's like, oh, well, these cars are super popular. They're going for well over MSRP, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I understand that, but I just saw it on Facebook last night, and it clearly said from one of your salesmen, it was listed at 91, and there was a $5,000 markup, and that was it. So I was going to pay 96 for this car, plus tax, and be done with it. I said, why is it 105 now? And he said, oh, well, we added on something extra to it because of how well these cars are selling. And then he started to explain to me the dealer markup stuff. And I was like, I understand. I understand dealer markup. But you guys said it was $5,000. Why is it 105 now? Why are you basically adding almost 15 to it instead of 5?
Yeah.
He just kept going with about how popular the cars are and stuff. It was the worst experience at a dealership I didn't even buy there. I talked to the guy for 10 minutes on the phone. It's horrible. So this is the kind of stuff you can count on, though, is even if you find a dealership that you think is legit, like so many of them out there just want to freaking rip you off. It's so disgusting. Yeah, it's almost like clickbait. And I actually told Amber that. I said, they posted this with 5,000 over and immediately regretted that decision as soon as they saw that 30 people called in the first 10 minutes. They're like, you know what? We can get more than 5. Let's mark that up 15. And I bet you if I go back and check, I bet you they sold the car. If I had to guess, someone bought it.
Yeah, just like Wealth Man just said, that's the only advantage of buying one used is not having to be forced to pay that dumb OnStar option. That's ticking me off still.
But that's still,
I want it.
But that's $300. I mean, I don't want to pay it because I'm a cheap person.
$3.
No. That's not my point. I would still pay $300 versus $5,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So, but I don't think I should be required to purchase a product I don't want.
Now, here's the thing. Wellsvik, he says that the only advantage of buying a UC8 is not being forced to pay for that dumb OnStar option. This is going to end up being a shameless plug, I guess, because in the description down below is the link to the new Discord channel. So if you guys want to continue the chat, if you guys want to continue talking about this kind of stuff outside of the live video, check out the Discord. We talk about all kinds of crazy stuff in there. And this actually came up in the Discord, I think it was either earlier today or last night, about the fact that there is a delete option for that OnStar thing. So in the actual build of your car, there's an option to delete that option. Now, him and I, the person who mentioned this to me, went back and forth a little bit because I've seen those kind of options before on the dealer order sheets, and usually it won't let you check that option. It will like basically have it grayed out, or if you check it, it will immediately uncheck it for you because from what I know, GM is in fact forcing that on you. They're not giving you the choice of deleting the option. Unless that is something that has changed in the last couple of days that I didn't see. I don't think it is an option, but it is in their system as an option to check to delete it, which I think is funny because that almost means like they know this is not going to be a popular option and maybe we may have to go ahead and delete these. But what do you think?
Well, here's a question. Didn't it start in September? In the option? Because if it did, what about people that ordered them before September?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah.
or we get stuck with it. Because I didn't sign up for that.
Mm-mm. I didn't see it on, well, I don't know. Is it on our build sheet?
Well, actually, for my dealership, I signed exactly what I paid for to the T. Like, here's my purchase order. I got it all. So if it goes up $300, I'm like, nope, this is what.
Yeah.
You don't want a bad video from me.
Yeah, we heard you today on, we'll just say at a restaurant, and we'll leave it normal. You know, we won't get into
I'm
detail.
calling the corporate office tomorrow.
Dude, I like that Amplify orange. I got to tell you, I have some regrets on not going with the orange. I really, really like it. I like the Sebring. I like the Amplify. Dude, it's such a good color. I did the yellow, but man, orange was so close to being the color. That was my second choice. My wife wanted the yellow. She is going to drive the car some. I'm actually going to allow her to drive this one. But
you're going to be regretting that one.
Hey man, she went to Ron Feller. She knows what she's doing. She drives faster than me.
Oh, Steve, that's messed up. Jason, and since I heard you guys touch on it, do you know if either one of you two paid for the OnStar?
So I was gonna say, is it on the build sheet? Because I don't remember seeing anything. Okay, no. My price didn't change substantially from what it was before the price increase. Because my original build was a 22. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm curious. I think what we should do is ask. I might text Al and see what he says.
Well, this would be very interesting because I had to literally sign my purchase order with everything, you know, breakdown taxes and everything done, and the markup that I paid for. It literally has a price, so it'll be interesting to see whenever I do get this car if that price is $300 more, because that's not what I was forced to sign. Because I was like, I got in an argument. Do you want me to sign? Fine. I said you're going to sign exactly what I'm going to get you're going to give me for my car.
I'm pretty sure you both got your cars ordered before that was mandatory.
Yeah, mine came in July. There was nothing about it. I'd never heard anything about it back in July.
That's when I did mine. Like right after that. But Jason's far more than I am.
Yeah. So let's look at the comment section here. It's blowing up over here. I want to see what's going on. So Paper Tiger, that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dude has his own video playing in the background. Subtle plug.
Hey, see somebody caught on, man.
I love it. It's funny because as soon as Jason decided to turn it on, I was like, crap, man, I need to get a TV behind me. Like, it's just YouTube life, I guess. But let's see. Those bright colors look great. I just don't want to be spending more, or I don't want to be getting more speeding tickets. Yeah. Steve, Jason, you got to go to Phoenix when you take delivery 3 weeks after 3800 status. Huh?
What's that mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means, Wheeler O'Hara. What if people were to unite in the States and open a dealership where they could buy cars for themselves as owner? It's funny as you say that because it's not super difficult from what I understand to get the license to sell especially used cars. New cars is a little bit of a different thing from what I understand, but that might not actually be that difficult to do something like that.
Yeah.
Now
we need a Corvette world, but by Corvette owners that we only sell Corvette. We make our own Corvette shop, but we deal directly with GM.
Yeah.
See, the only problem with that is that although I guess that would only be a problem in the beginning because you have to sell a certain amount of cars to get a certain amount of cars. So once you're established, it would be pretty easy because you're constantly going to be selling to the same people. Everybody's going to come back every time they want a new Corvette because they're not paying over with you.
Yeah.
I don't like OnStar either, says Eric Tate.
I've never used it.
Mm-mm.
It irritates me.
Yeah. Well, there's no point to use it. I mean, honestly, the only time you ever would use it is worst case scenario.
Dude, and I used to hate it because back in the day I had it and I had, where they would give you the directions and stuff. So you'd hit OnStar. You had to have like a conversation with the lady or whoever's on the other end. I'm like, I don't want to do all this. I don't need that. I just want to give you where I need to go and be done with it.
Yeah. And now that's the thing is like all these cars nowadays, they come with GPS. So you don't need their turn-by-turn navigation. The only thing that I could possibly ever see using OnStar for is if you get into a bad enough accident that you literally cannot grab your phone and call 911, and they call you, and if you don't respond, they automatically call 911 and dispatch like emergency services. That's the only way it would ever make sense. And like I said, that's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, we all have cell phones for it, and I know like Steve will tell you the new iPhone has crash detection built into it, which does the exact same thing that I just said OnStar does. So if you have the new iPhone or any of the newer phones coming out, that's just one more reason not to use OnStar.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, Green Rush. He says his Z06 is in 3000 status.
Wow.
Very cool. Where are you from, Green Rush? I may have to be making a trip to your state here soon.
I was just
think he lives in DFW. No.
Elijah said hi, Amber.
Hi.
She said hi, Elijah.
Is she
She
there?
just got home from work. She was driving while texting and watching video.
No, I wasn't.
She said no, she wasn't, but she's on here chatting actively while I can see she's driving. I don't know how that works otherwise.
Your phone's
OnStar.
Yeah, she's using OnStar, right?
You can speak to text.
Wait. You guys are more than welcome to come out when I get it in. Okay.
Where?
Yeah, where do you live? I want your exact address. No, I'm just joking. Like what state do you live in? I need
Phoenix.
to know. Oh,
Phoenix?
that's why Wheeler O'Hara was asking
That's
about the Phoenix
why.
thing. Okay. Oh, buddy's taking Corvette museum delivery. Okay. That's not too far from me then.
And that would be fun.
That would be awesome. All three of us going to the Corvette museum. I'm down.
Yeah,
Let's
I've
do
been
it.
there.
Steve wants to drive his car.
Yeah.
He'll drive up here first, grab me,
In
and then
the
drive
rain.
down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
In the rain.
There's definitely going to be
In
some
the
rain.
rain. In the rain.
Yeah. He tried to get me talking to do that today because you got to at least take it out in the rain once you get rid of it. Like, no.
Oh yeah, before you do, yeah, you might as
Yeah,
well.
on the way to the dealership, just
Just
go find some rain.
do it. Tell what it feels like.
All right,
Tell
so
what it feels like.
Green Rush, if you could send me an email, I'd like to actually talk to you via email.
What color did you get? I wonder what color you got.
And yes, what color did you get? I'm going to put my email in the chat here just so you can send me.
He
an
says
email.
red.
I'd
I'm
like
out
to
of here.
talk.
I'm coming.
Wheeler O'Hara says it. Go to the National Corvette Museum and film that delivery. Could be the best HPO video ever.
It really could.
It
We
really
should do
could.
a live from that. Do a live from there. Oh,
That would be even better.
Yeah,
We could
the
we
parking
could do
lot.
both. We'll do both. All three of us
Yeah.
there. Green Rush got it. Okay, yeah, I would love to chat with you a little bit more about that. That'd be awesome. Oh, he's getting the white with the stripes he wrote above 70th anniversary. Awesome. So the pearl white, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you get your order in before the constraint on the edge red calipers then? I'm assuming you probably did. If Justin details his car, there will be rain. Yeah, that's probably true.
True.
Although it's been doing almost nothing but raining here in PA recently, so.
Yeah.
Wheeler, I will make sure everybody knows that date as soon as we nail down some details.
Elijah said hi, Alex.
Can I do another shameless plug?
Yeah, that's what we're all about today, it seems.
So I have a new video that came out today, like, I don't know, 5:30, 5:45. It was we had a lot of competition this weekend. We did a Vette Syndicate get together, but, there was a Cars and Coffee South Lake, which is always a really big event. So, that took away a lot of the Corvettes. And then there was some other autocross thing going on. But we had some pretty nice Corvettes out there this weekend. So I have the latest video of that. Is a Vette Syndicate get together that Steve and I did. And so anyway, I have that video. It came out today. And then tomorrow, I believe, is you and I have a video. The one that we did together is coming out. And then the day after that, I have a Corvette World video coming out. Man, that's 3 for me. That's huge.
That is huge. That's actually huge for any one of us.
Yeah.
Guys, Jason here. He's right down below my little box. Go check out his channel. Front Seat Driver. That's his YouTube name right below his window there. He's going to have a video that has me and him in it talking a lot and talking to a guy who literally tries to drive the wrong car. So
that was awesome.
Green Rush. What's Hypersonic Gray? Something's Hypersonic Gray. Great video. All options minus convertible and Z07. Oh, wow. Okay, so... Well, I mean, the if it's the anniversary edition, it looks like it has a Z07 package on it anyway. So you don't really even need a Z07. I thought that car on the TV behind you right now, Jason, was my Z06 for a second.
Dude, as soon as you started saying that, I actually thought it was as well.
Yeah, so right here, guys, this is a question straight for Steve over here, Protective Dad Pranks. LT4 Powered says, am I the only one that wonders how the never seen rain guys wash their cars?
I wash it once a year, honestly. But I use a lot of Adam's detail spray.
So, but
his thing
he's basically...
is it's not rain water.
Right. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
It's quadruple distilled water.
Yeah.
Oh,
So he is going to get
rain,
it in the rain. What he's going to do is he's going to drive it really fast back into the garage after he washes it. And that's kind of like rain.
Yep. I mean, like,
Okay,
a couple
Wheeler
of years
O'Hara
ago,
says, go ahead.
Was a couple of years ago we went to this car thing on a Sunday, and he's like, yeah, I'm almost there. And like 25 minutes later, I'm like, you were right down the street. Where are you at? He drove through a stream of water from a sprinkler. He literally had to pull over and spend 20 minutes cleaning the under the wheel wells of his car. Like,
He's right. He's right. I was pissed.
It happened.
I was out there cleaning it. Yep.
And he got a new tattoo. It says OCD.
Yeah. Instead of PDP.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So Wheeler O'Hara says that he thinks, Green Rush, he says, my Z06 is hypersonic gray. The 70th anniversary only comes in 2 colors. So I guess the 70th is his C8 Stingray he has. That's pretty cool still, though. The hypersonic gray is pretty cool color.
I love it.
I love that color.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah says, let the rain wash your car. It's a water-saving hack. So you're going to see these pop up on TikTok any day now. Tip.
Mm-hmm.
Let the rain wash your car.
Yeah.
Dad's
garage piece is clean, too. Yeah.
He says he washes his weekly despite it not seeing rain. All the bugs. Yeah, Green Rush. I figured that out not too long ago. But yeah, you have 2 cars. It sounds like you're waiting on the Z06 and you have a Stingray that's 70th anniversary, or do you have another Stingray as well? Things get confusing really quick. We're talking about a million things. Drip says he washed his yesterday and dodged a sprinkler puddle this morning. So maybe you need to get your Dodge game up, Steve. You don't have to worry about cleaning it off if it's not on there to begin with.
Just leave it in the garage.
Yeah, there you go. Just don't ever drive it. Problem
solved. It looks pretty there. I will be driving the C8 far more.
Steve said he was going to hurry up. As soon as he got his car, he was going to hit 500 miles. He goes, I'm just going to go around 820 until I hit 500 miles.
I did say that.
I said, there's no way that's going to happen. I'm like, you say that the day you get your car, your brain is going to flip a switch. And he's going to immediately put it in the garage.
Yeah.
I'll just pull Ferris Bueller, just lift it up and
run it reverse.
And it will go right out the back window too. All right, Green Rush says, my Z06 is coming in. I already have the C8 70th anniversary edition at his house. They're 2 different cars. My Z06 is not a 70th, being a hypersonic gray. Okay. That's what I thought.
But that car looks so good in the hypersonic gray. Man.
Either way, honestly, if that thing was neon pink, I want to take a look at it. So shoot me an email. I'd like to meet up whenever that day comes for you. General Lee says, I used to be like that with my other 3 vets. The Navy would allow me to go home before the rain would come. Of course, I was on shore duty.
Dude.
That's pretty cool. But
that is awesome.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's just rain. It's just water. Yeah. It's not. It's yeah, Steve. Oh God, that's funny. He's short-circuiting over there.
We give him so much crap about this too, because we tell him if he gets it in the rain, he's going to have to file an insurance claim because the car's
diminished value.
Hey, shameless plug, Vette Syndicate shirt. We only have a few left.
Yeah.
Extra large and double X. That's it. We sold everything else out, and it's available at horsepowersubs.com.
Yep. Link in the description.
I got to ship one out when I get off of this.
Yep. We sold a bunch over the weekend.
Yeah. So I'm saying all our mediums and larges are gone.
Mm-hmm.
We got after we'll get a few more sold. We'll have to do another order.
Yeah.
With a different color.
How do you not like this logo? I mean, even if you like Corvettes at all, I mean, how do you not like this, dude? I think it's the coolest looking logo. I mean, I wear these shirts all the time. They probably think it's the only thing I have when I go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
it honestly, guys, it comes down to being more than just a logo. The shirts, it is a cool logo, but what it ends up doing is it supports a group that in turn supports the Corvette community. So it's
I think it's awesome when people from other clubs were with us and they're buying this shirt and they're wearing them to their club events.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's what we're not a club, we're a community.
Right. Yeah, Vette Syndicate is anybody and everybody, man.
Yep.
You like Corvettes, you're in the group.
You're part. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it sounds like a shameless plug, but I promise, guys, it's all good stuff here.
Hey, Justin, read Dad's garage.
Usually it's Steve giving Justin anxiety. Tonight it's Justin giving Steve anxiety. Yeah. We got to switch it up from time to time, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That one the other day though with Steve, that one's gonna live on for a little while. I got a special button on my desk here it's just labeled Steve. And when I hit it, it immediately shoots him out of the chat. Yeah, so Steven Rapp. This was the me and Steve, Protective Dad Pranks here. We've talked about this, but you're going to be included in the next order of shirts. Once we place the new order, we're going to get a bunch of shirts for you. They're not going to be long sleeve, but they're going to be bigger sizes.
And general. We still owe general.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have not forgotten. We've mentioned it numerous times.
Yep. The next order we do, we're going to get some 3Xs and some 4Xs for you guys. So if anybody wants any of those sizes, like I said, guys, check out the Discord app in the description down below. We can jump into continuing this kind of live chat pretty much any day of the week. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's talked about in there. Today we talked a lot about different car insurances, and there's a lot of knowledge to be dropped on people, and it's just a bunch of car guys talking about car stuff. So check out the Discord in the description right down below. Both of these guys are on there with me, so if you want to continue the chat, that's the way to do it. Let's see. Seriously though, it's fun watching the rain run off the ceramic coating. The faster you go, the better. Yeah, it really is. There's something about that because of the fact that I've had my ceramic put on my ZR1 now probably almost 3 years ago. And anytime I'm in the rain or anytime I even just wash the car, watching the water just literally fall off of it is satisfying.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so guys, I think that's going to be about it. We're going to wrap this up. If you guys want to smash that thumbs up button one more time, it really helps the channel. I'd love to hit 200 before we end the video here, but I think we're kind of far away from that.
Yeah.
Let me check.
If everybody hits it right now, literally everybody, we'll make it.
All right, so everybody hit that thumbs up button. Let's try to get to 200 real quick.
Let's do it on 3. Everybody that
3,
hit it.
2, 1, click thumbs up. If we all do it at the same time, we can probably break YouTube.
Exactly.
All click thumbs up. But seriously, guys, it really does help the channel, and we would all appreciate it a lot if you would do that. But
and we appreciate you guys coming on and you know the comments and all that, because that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, this whole thing is meant to be more of a chat, a meetup, kind of a car guy talk more than anything. Like we're here to hang out. We're here to talk shop and do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we are all Corvette guys, and we're just here hanging out. So I'm glad. Kerry Glock's asking for Onyx. So let's get Onyx up here. Come here.
1255.
Hey. Come here. Oh, here he comes. Yeah. All right. Here's Onyx for Kerry Glock. Just for you. There he is. That's Onyx. Say hi.
Hey, Swole 55.
Oh, he's waving. Oh, we're at 132. Man, that's jumping up there. I think you guys are actually clicking that button. Click like if you like dogs. Look at him. Oh, he's looking at the screen right now.
Yes. What's up, puppy?
No, Kerry, HPO lied about that. to his own wife. Lied about what?
Don't let me go there.
I think that was probably a hypersonic gray comment if I had to guess.
They wouldn't know if Onyx is a Cocker Spaniel. He's American.
Yeah, American Cocker Spaniel is what Onyx is. Just real quick, kind of weird chat. Somebody on the channel told me the other day that they said Onyx. How original as a name for my dog. And I was like, I've never heard somebody use Onyx as a name for their dog. Like, this guy was implying that I was just copying everybody else. I was like, I've never heard that name for a dog before. But that was funny. Steven Rapp says, really appreciate what you guys do. We really appreciate you guys tuning in every week. And Steven, you being as active as you are in the Discord channel, we appreciate that as well. I said that before you brought Onyx on. You said what?
That you lie. I told you I wanted to put you on. I've already put you on.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it. Amber clarified it for me because I have a lot of trouble following the chat for some reason. I don't know. Let's see. It's not a hangout that talks anything serious like a group of young giggling girls at a sleepover. That's exactly it. That's basically all we are. And the thing is none of us are overly young either, so that's what makes it really fun. Person formerly known as Hypersonic Amber. Yeah,
not no more.
Onyx is a first for me. Yeah, exactly. See, Swole's he knows all about it.
You see, I'm with General. I have an orange cat. His name is Orange. Call him Orange. That's his name. And
well, I could have done that with Onyx. I could have called him Black.
Why don't you tell them what you really wanted to name?
But I mean, if you call him Black versus, and like I was joking with a friend the other day, and I said I didn't even know the word Onyx existed until like 3 years prior to getting this dog. Like I don't want to make myself look stupid, but at the same time, like I had no idea what Onyx even meant. Sportify. It's been a little while since I've seen you on here. What do you think will be GM's answer to all electric Dodge Charger? That could be the Zora.
Don't put that stupid sound in there. That is such a joke.
You know what's funny though? Have you guys ever seen the movie The Wraith with Charlie Sheen?
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like. The car that he drove in The Wraith, which as a kid I freaking loved.
That was an awesome car. Heck yeah.
But it had that same like electronic sound engine to it.
Right.
Swole,
don't even go there.
Swole said it's his first time here, and he will be back regularly. That's awesome.
We appreciate it.
Every Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we gather.
He's in Chicago.
We assemble.
Yeah, he's always on our Instagram.
Yeah, Chicago 6:30 for him.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I had a Tesla by me at the light today, and I was actually going to punch it because I needed to be in his lane. Well, I was in like eco mode in my truck because I drive so much, and so luckily he decided to go ahead and take off. I got to tell you, man, that thing was freaking fast. I still don't care, like at all.
Oh, the Tesla?
Yeah.
That's the thing that I'm never going to sit here and tell you a Tesla's slow. I'm not going to tell you a Tesla's not cool to some degree, but it's just not what most car guys want. Now, as the generations progress, maybe, but for now,
you got a purse.
I was going to say, I doubt anybody in this chat right now, I doubt anybody here is going to say that they would gladly give up their V8 Corvette for a Tesla tomorrow.
Dude, I wouldn't give up one of my bicycles. I mean, maybe financially, but I'm just saying, if you couldn't sell it, I don't care. I don't have any interest.
Yeah, I agree. And on that note, we're going to wrap this stuff up, guys. So one last time, if you could, please smash that thumbs up button. I think we got kind of close to 200, maybe.
Nah, sure.
Yeah, it's not super close, but guys, please smash the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel a lot. And if you'd like to come in here every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be here giggling like little schoolgirls, whatever it is that gets a laugh out of all of us. Usually it's something Steve says, but we're at 139 thumbs ups. I'd love to see 200 by the time we sign off here, but do what you can, guys. It really helps to leave one of these for us. But with all that said, thank you for tuning in. I guess we'll catch you guys next Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.